All right, and then next we just are loading in our data. The way I have this data right now is in a wide format. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this the data set that I'm going to be using is from a study I'm running on gaslighting and asking undergraduate students what they think gaslighting is. And there's lots of different prompts or text boxes that are asking them different questions, like if you have been gaslit, what was your, can you describe the events that happened? Can you describe your emotional response to those events? Those are all kind of different prompts. And so the way that that data comes out of, we use REDCap, is that we have a column for each text box, and then like one row for each participant. So it's a kind of a wide format. So I load it in as gaslighting wide. So that's the first step there. Why don't I'll share my screen and we can do that part together. Okay, actually I'm going to share the whole screen. Okay, so here we are. First, we're just going to load in the data. Yours will probably have a different path. And also I think the data you're getting will be not exactly this exact data frame, but you'll be able to use it similarly. Okay. So the next thing we need to do is restructure the data. So to start exploring this data, we need to unnest our tokens. That's like a big thing we need to do in text analysis. So in other words, we need to restructure the data so that it is like in one word per row. This helps us kind of merge, any values we might have associated with any given word or whatever. It's just really helpful for a lot of kinds of analyses we need to do. But to do that, first, or rather, because I want to unnest all the tokens from all of my text boxes at once, it's not very efficient to have them all in different columns and then unnest from there. So instead, I'm going to make it into a long form where all of the text is in one column. And now we have a new column that kind of labels which text box is which. I tried to be really good about adding comments to each line in this code. So hopefully that will help you like figure out what each and every line is doing. But for those of you who are there in person, feel free to ask me to walk through any specific line. And for those of you who are watching this after the fact, feel free to email me and let me know if you have any questions. So we can go ahead and run that. So now we can compare, excuse my computer. Now we can compare the wide format, which had 250 observations and 10 variables. So we have each ID and then each text box. And then like, I also have this rating of like how severe the impact was of the gaslighting experience, which we only have for people who endorse being gaslit, by the way. Obviously. And so now we have our long format where all of the text is in one column and the text box itself is, or like the label of what text box it's from is now long. So we have like, for everyone who filled out, more than one text box, we have several rows for each person. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and unnest our tokens. And this is using the unnest tokens command from the tidy text package. So this will break down our text data into individual words. And this allows us to analyze our text at a more granular level, sorry. It also normalizes the text data. So it'll convert all words to lowercase and remove like punctuation and things like that. So that'll help us or help keep all the words consistent. So it's not like capitalized me will be different than lowercase me if you have the word me in your sentence. Additionally, we can use, this will just, the default is that it'll unnest the tokens as one word tokens. We can also do n-grams, so like any number grams. So here I'm using n equals 2 to extract bigrams. This will extract 2 word tokens. So if we go ahead and run that, this is a little hard to see. So we now have our unnested, which means we have one word. Now, instead of text, we have one word or a column called word, which has one word at a time. And in our bigrams, we now have bigram tokens. So 2 word phrases from each and every text box for everyone.